All right, good afternoon. My name is Christian Keller. I'm the co-founder of Wakanda, and I'm going to talk about AI meets Africa. I'm going to talk about the potential of AI chat for Africa. I'm going to talk about the Wakanda bot, which is a chatbot for African businesses that we have implemented. And I'm going to talk about the AI chat and human interaction integration, which I believe is critical for enhancing customer experience. Now, why am I in Africa? On the one hand, I'm a technology enthusiast. I think there's a lot of change possible in Africa through technology. On the other hand, I'm just in love with Africa. I've been here for 10 years almost. I've started to come to Nigeria as a co-founder and managing director at Jumia, and I've started African Founders together with my co-founder, Biodun, 8 years ago. One of our major business lines is Wakanda Business, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. It's a CRM system and revenue operations suite specifically for Africa. And it has an AI chatbot integrated, and that's exactly what makes it so exciting, I think. Now, we also have Wakanda Solutions. That's an IT solution consulting company. We have Wakanda X. It's tech platforms for political empowerment, dialogue, and active citizenship. And we have an academy. We are training Africans in AI software development, IT, and entrepreneurship over the next couple of years. So what is the potential of AI chat specifically in Africa? I mean, AI chat is a game changer. We've all seen ChatGPT over the last couple of months and the last year, and I think we're all impressed, right? There's a lot that it can do, and very professional how it can actually be. Almost indistinguishable if a chat speaks or a human speaks. Businesses are already using it for their communication. They're implementing it in their customer relations, in chatbots, or in marketing communications. Now, what about Africa? How does Africa actually fit into that? And Africa is very unique, I think, in that respect. Why am I saying this? Africa is already the continent of chat. Think about it. How do you reach out to your doctor when you're in Nigeria? It's typically via WhatsApp chat. How do you order something from your local seller on the market? Very often you reach out on Instagram. How do you even book a hotel? Are you using a hotel booking website, or are you actually messaging the manager or the owner of the hotel who then books it for you? So WhatsApp is actually already integrated in a lot of business processes in Africa. It's the way informal sector businesses in Nigeria actually digitize. And if that's already the way, if that's where the customers already are and what they already want, then an AI bot on top is actually pretty handsome. So here's what we have. It's the Wakanda bot. The problem is too many WhatsApp calls is what businesses actually experience. WhatsApp calls or messages, obviously. And it's very time intense to answer all of them. It's hard to track. It's not standardized. And it's not even instant. Customers sometimes need to wait for too long until you actually answer them, right? So our solution is an AI bot that handles the requests, and you as a user, as a human, can come in at any time when it makes sense. For inquiries, bookings, follow-up, and integrate it into a CRM system, into our CRM system, and I'll show you later what that means. The benefit is obvious. It's cost that you save, but not just cost, it's also the quality improvement, because the AI bot actually enhances the quality with all its professionality. And that means enhanced customer satisfaction. And that also means more sales that can happen from it. Here's some of the sectors that we see affected by AI. Think of microfinance banks in the banks and financial services industry, how they actually reach out to their clients and their customers. Like typically they have sales forces who go out on the markets, meet customers, but then the customers chat them up about information, one way or the other way around about requests from the bank. All of that is already happening on WhatsApp. So why not actually put an AI bot on top of it? And the other ones I already mentioned, like e-commerce shops, service providers, healthcare institutions, hotels, even property management service providers are pretty WhatsApp intense or chat intense, and therefore actually quite good use cases for the service. We also have clients in ordering. Think of some of the largest companies in Nigeria. We have a bottling company. They supply to supermarkets. How do the supermarkets order their supply today? On WhatsApp, actually, to an agent network. And that's exactly perfectly an ordering bot that can even handle the transaction and manage it, can fit on top of it. Also customer information, customer care, after sales, but even management. Think of a factory and think of how you as a factory manager need to micromanage your people every day. Even there, not customer, but even there, the chat element is significant, and an AI bot that can remind the people, have you entered the machine? Have you started it? Have you processed it? Is it working as expected? All these questions that you normally need to do to actually make sure the operations is working can be supported by a chatbot, especially if you as the manager also read these messages. This is the bot and how it looks like. You can use it for customer care, for sales support, for operations. It can answer email, web, social media, WhatsApp messages. And the cool thing is, obviously, it alerts a human when it deems necessary. So it's not just the bot, but it's the human integrated. And the AI advantage is obviously pretty cool. It's human-like experience with ChatGPT as the underlying foundation. It's flexible and professional. And there's a lot of additional things. I can't even go into the details of them, but think about multilingual capacity. Like if you chat to any of our bots in German, it will just respond like, hallo, ich bin dein Bot und ich bin hier, um dir zu helfen oder so ähnlich. Wakanda CRM is the foundation for all of that. We have a CRM system that means everybody who chats with the bot will automatically be stored in the CRM system with their WhatsApp name or email name that is incoming. And that means you can do all the things that you normally do in a CRM system, meaning you can actually manage your customers, you can put notes there, you have all the information in one place, you have live inventory so that you can track orders, and you have an order management system. You can even do payment, like you can send a link on WhatsApp and the people have to pay via that link. And many more features, including after sales. That's very exciting. Think of once you have the people, your guests, your customers, whoever in the system, you can actually reach out to them. Hey, there's a 20% off promotion. How many hotels, how many shops do that actually in a professional, non-disruptive way with their customers? Once you have it in our CRM system, that's obviously included. And the same for cross-selling, for promotions, for loyalty initiatives. You can even do feedback collection. You can do issue resolution, brand appreciation, new product teasers, you name it. A lot of things that you can actually do with our beautiful bot. Now, almost too good to be true, you could say. Aren't there any challenges? And of course there are. Major challenges I see is human adaptation. Like people are reluctant to actually go for a bot and interact with a bot, right? You want to have, it's a downgrade if you are not talking to a human anymore. Also, it's the complexity. Humans have complex requirements. They talk to the bot and it may not understand everything. So how do we handle that? Then there's technical challenges. AI can be a bit creative. Sometimes it gives answers that it doesn't even know about, just a best guess. And that can be very terrible if that is the wrong answer in the wrong case. So how do we handle that? Also, you need to strike the balance between standardization and personalization. Okay, here's what we think would work best with our customers. We never actually pretend we're human, but we're also not saying we're a pure bot, because both of it is not really the reality. We're saying, for example, hey, I'm an assist bot, while the manager definitely reads through these conversations, I'm here to handle your request in the meantime. So you're an assistant, but the manager will definitely read it. And that's what people then respect. And they know, hey, I'm getting fast responses and they're pretty cool. So then if the manager later will read the messages, it's actually acceptable and maybe even advanced and valued by most of the customers. You have a seamless handover in there, meaning that whenever the bot thinks a human needs to come in, it will alert the human. That means if there's a sale happening, okay, better alert a human so that nothing goes wrong. If anything that the bot doesn't know happens, or a question is being asked that the bot can't answer, a human should be alerted. Or if something's going wrong, somebody likes to hack the prompt or the chat or something, can all happen, then an alert will be sent and a human can look at it. Technically, we've done that with, on the one hand, we're infusing live data, meaning obviously there can be customer notes, there's data that has been extracted from the conversations. All of that needs to be part of the prompt so that the chat is always unique to the customer. But we also have something like a meta layer that whenever some request comes in, we look at it and see how we can actually parse information out of the content and store it, especially in our systems. And one thing pretty exciting is a pre-compilation. Like those of you who have done prompt engineering in the past, you may have seen that the more complex your prompt gets, the harder it gets for AI to actually keep it. So we're limiting the complexity of the prompt by pre-engineering it, by reducing the size of the prompt before it actually is getting sent. Like say, if a customer has recently placed an order, there's different instructions to the prompt than if the customer is a new customer or a repeating customer. All of that has direct implications on a very tailored and specific prompt. That's a bit the conclusions that we have had over time, and we're still learning, but that's basically some of the messages that we have. Okay, let me put the whole topic of AI chat into the context of IT paradigms, and let's see where AI fits into that actually. Remember how the computer industry started? It was mainframes back in the 70s or 80s, which had a console as an input and had very limited application. Then SAP came with a client-server interface, a big server in the background, a thin client in the front, and a graphical user interface. For the first time, a broader audience could use it. It was cheaper, easier, and faster. Then think of the early 2000s. Companies like Salesforce.com came and actually put everything into the cloud. No more updates, everything accessible from the browser, little customization. You could just use it. Much more people started to use it. It was faster, easier, and cheaper again. Now, what could be the next paradigm? And I don't know it, honestly. Time will tell. But for sure, it will have a new technology and a new user interface. And the big question I'm asking is, couldn't AI actually be the user interface? Couldn't chats and maybe even AI voice bots be the user interface of the next IT paradigm, being more fast, more easy, more cheap, and more accessible to a broader audience? That's definitely worth thinking about. All right, I hope I could share some of the excitement I feel for this topic, and I could actually get some people enthusiastic about AI chat in Africa. The floor is yours. Questions and answers. I'm looking forward to that. Thank you.